Hey there. It's another beautiful day, so grab a cup and let's watch some stuff.
A book in the Harvard Library was made from a dead woman's skin. Destinies of the Soul was written by a French novelist in the mid 1880s about the nature of souls and life after death. One volume of the book was owned by a French physician, Dr. Ludovic Boland, who decided to bind the book with skin he took without consent from the body of a deceased female patient in a hospital where he worked. Somehow the book ended up in the Harvard Library with a handwritten note from Boland saying, "A book about the human soul deserved to have a human covering." In 2014, Harvard Library tested the binding of the book to confirm that it was indeed made from human skin. Harvard decided to remove the book from the library. However, it has been fully digitized and is available to the public online. As for the skin itself, Harvard has said the library is seeking to restore dignity to the woman whose skin was used. The school is now in the process of conducting biographical research into the anonymous female patient, the book, and Boulan, as well as consulting with proper authorities in France to help determine how best to carry out the situation.
I did some research on this and I came across an article that said it wasn't uncommon during that time period for books to be bound in human skin like that, and some were even written on skin. So it's quite a common practice of the time. As far as this particular book, in March of this year, 2024, Harvard did remove the skin, and it is said to be in a respectful temporary storage. So they're going to try and find out if there's any relatives, I guess, and see if they can, put it to rest in a proper manner. Hey, thanks for joining me today. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to get it in an upcoming video. If you're having a good time, please hit that like button or consider subscribing and come back tomorrow because I'm making a new video every day.
The elites want to leave the earth because there's a specific geological event that's possibly pending on this planet. There's been a lot of talk about Nibiru and Planet X coming back, but I don't particularly think that it's the actual Planet X that's going to cause the catastrophe. What I believe is that Planet X does exist, according to a lot of the ancient texts and tablets that I've read, and that possibly it's a brown dwarf star that's orbiting deep outside of the orbit of Pluto. And I also believe that there's actually a planet orbiting it that may be called Nibiru or may be the planet of the ancients. But what I feel is that this brown dwarf star is actually dislodging comets from the Oort cloud and sending them streaming into the inner planets. And this is something that we can't stop. I mean, if you take somebody who's not an expert at throwing darts, if they throw enough of them, eventually they're going to hit the bullseye.
I know all of the elites are building bunkers, but I had no idea that they were trying to get off the planet. Either way, it's very interesting that they seem to know that something is going to happen. What do you think? Do you think that Planet X is out there shooting comets at Earth? Or do you think it's going to be the polar shift that everybody's so freaky outy about? Let me know in the comments which one you think it is. Or if you think it's something else, a theory that I haven't heard of yet. Something juicy.
The Vatican knows about alien life, and you can't tell me otherwise. The whistleblower David Grush recently came out and said that the Vatican helped the Americans to get an alien spacecraft out of Italy back in the 1940s. Let's go all the way back to the beginning of the story. Back in 1933, there was supposedly an alien spacecraft that crash landed on Earth and was partially recovered by Mussolini and his team. This document comes straight from the desk of Mussolini, and you can see that by the letterhead right here. This supposedly is what the spacecraft looked like when it landed. Now, David Grush says that Mussolini studied the aircraft for about 10 years in secret till he fell out of power in 1943, and then the Vatican snitched to America that Italy had a spacecraft they were trying to reverse engineer. Naturally, America could not allow that. So when the Allies invaded Italy, we took it from them. Now, unfortunately, we're never going to know if that story is true because the United States government nor the Vatican is going to come out and say, yeah, we did that. But if the Vatican doesn't know about aliens, tell me why they're painting stuff like this. That looks a whole lot like the jellyfish UAP that just came out a couple of months ago. Would you not agree? And there's so many more pieces of art inside the Vatican that depict alien life in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So this is why I say...
She had me at the Vatican knows about alien life. You know me, I'm all about aliens. And I totally believe that story. It was very well put together. If it is fake, then it is 100% believable, especially to somebody like me who is all about the aliens.
I bet you've never heard of the Urantia book. This post is for people that really like to read and really dig into some things. So there's this book, right? Look how big this is. This thing is massive. It's called the Urantia book. Here's the thing about it. Nobody knows who wrote it. Yeah, nobody knows who wrote this book. The publishers claim it was written by celestial beings. It just showed up out of nowhere to be published in between like 1923 or 24, and I think it was first published in 1955. Its purpose, what they say, is to present enlarged concepts and advanced truths. It goes over mankind's place in the universe. It says that the name of planet Earth is known as Urantia, and that's why it's called the Urantia book. It goes over mankind's relationship with God, and like a third, like a good portion of this, like 2/3 of this book, is about Jesus. This book is wild. It's called the Urantia book. It's crazy. And it's also said to present itself to people who are ready to read it. That's why you've never heard of it, because you weren't ready to know about it. That's what they say, anyway. So if you like digging around and doing some reading, do it, man. It's pretty cool.
So I did a little research on this book, and what he said was accurate. It does say that it was written by celestial beings, which is interesting. There's a huge conflict because there's a lot of religious content as well as science-related content. And those two fields butt heads all the time. What I read also said that the book has plagiarized multiple sources without citing them. So personally, I'm not interested in reading it. If you have, let me know. Maybe I'll dig it up and check it out.
Ready for another rabbit hole? Con Plan 8888. That's the military's plan for zombies. Now, some say that they make these just for fun, and if the military is ready for zombies, they'll be ready for anything. But it literally says this plan was not actually designed as a joke. This is an actual document that you can find online just by searching for Con Plan 8888. And it goes over their plan for zombies. Now, I'm not saying that zombies are real. However, there are things out there in nature that do zombie-type stuff. For instance, the jewel wasp. This guy takes over this guy and controls him like a zombie. And that's just one of many, many things out there that use host bodies for reproduction. And that's very similar to a typical zombie situation. So are zombies real? I don't know. I have no idea. But if the military has a plan for it, I'm not writing it off as an impossibility.
I got all excited because I thought it was real because he said this isn't fake. And then I looked it up. Contingency plan 8888. First thing it says is that it's fake. There's a disclaimer. This fictitious plan was created by junior military officers, blah, 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 blah. It's fake. It's fake.
Okay, so the conspiracy theories surrounding this upcoming solar eclipse are absolute bonkers. If you want to kill a few brain cells, you can find some of these videos all over TikTok. But there's one flavor of conspiracy theory that I want to talk about. You're reading this correctly. Some of these conspiracy theorists are saying that the reason we want people to wear the special glasses is because they're to hide the truth. So they suggest that you should actually stare at the eclipse and not use the protective glasses. Who am I to stop them?
That's dumb. Please don't do that. Please don't stare at the sun without any protective eyewear. That's just straight stupid. I know there's a guy that was on, I think it's on TikTok and on YouTube, claiming that he stared at the sun and it helped his vision get better, and it helped him in all kinds of other ways by staring at the sun as it was about to go down and all this stuff. But just don't do it. Science says don't do it, and I trust science. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
You guys, welcome to the 99-cent store, where nothing is 99 cents anymore. This used to be 30 cents each, you guys. The ramen noodles, they used to be 30 cents each with 150. You buy 5 of them. Now, they're 149 each. You guys, this used to be 50 cents. Look at the size of this. You probably can cook like twice with this. That's it. Used to be 50 cents. That's what. I mean, am I at the 99-cent store? Avocado oil that does not sell on the other stores. They put it over here for the same price, $8. So I gotta sell vegan either. Can Elvis beefaroni that did not sell on a regular store. So you think, oh, they'll put it over here for 50 cents each? No. They're $1.30 each. It's not gonna sell again either. The little Vienna sausages that used to be 20 cents for the little can. Oh, not anymore. Not the $1. Let me show you guys the shrinkflation. Fake Parmesan cheese. A horrible brand. 130. You think, well, but the can is, you know, the can is regular, right? Look at this. You're only getting half of the can. Here's where the Parmesan's at. You're getting half of the can. Shrinkflation. Same thing here, but on a bigger can. So you're getting this bad brand grated Parmesan with an eagle like this. Look where is it at? Less than half. So they're selling a big pot with nothing inside. Ramen noodles, the generic one, the Nissin one. So be 25 cents each. So you buy 4 for $1, remember? Now they're 2 for $1. You guys, $8 for a small, nasty tasting Dunky coffee. $8 at a dollar store. Supposedly the 99-cent store. You want a different coffee? Well, we got Nescafe. Because it's instant coffee. $6.
Those are just a few examples. I did have to cut that down for time. It was originally like 6 minutes. If you want to watch the whole video, go to her TikTok and check it out. I remember like 15 to 20 years ago when the 99-cent store changed their prices to 99.99 cents. And then they started adding in more stuff like, oh, it's $1.99. Now they have $2.99. Now everything's up to $5.99, $12.99. They're not a 99 cents only store anymore. And I think that's what the problem is, was they just kept going up and up and up in their prices. They just kept adding more stuff, and then they just became like a pick and save. But you're not really saving anything when you shop at the 99-cent store. So that's a shame. I liked going there for like Easter candy after the fact, or stocking stuffers. But my kids are a little older now, so a little different. But what are you going to do? That's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Here's my cutting room floor.
3, 2, 1.
Grab a cup and let's watch some stuff. And they're going to try and do like a proper burial of it. I don't know. Would you bury the skin, or would you like find the woman's grave? What are they gonna do? You know, return her skin to her or something like that? That'd actually be kind of poetic. I thought the elites were busy building bunkers. Are building bunkers. It's not trying to get off the planet. That's a very well put together story, and I totally buy it. 100%. I buy it. That's all day long. I love aliens. We have to make sure that your pets are inside and to watch them for irregular behavior, because they may start to think it's time to go to bed because it's going to get dark. I did look it up. I don't think I'm going to buy and read the book. If you have read the book, let me know if it's like super cool, if I should actually, check it out. But what I said, I got all excited. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. And I looked it up. And it says right here, if you can read what it says right there, probably not. We'll try this again. But it is an interesting thing. Stop talking.